Well, hey guys, welcome to this week's video. Last video we shared with you was our turkey vest dump, and that was requested by a few folks to see what we use out in the field, what kind of gear we're carrying in turkey vest, calls, things that are going to help us out there, maybe spend the whole day, what kind of tools we're taking with us. And so I did the turkey vest dump. I showed you what I had in there, and we've been getting a pretty good response from it. So I was trying to think of what more can we do leading into turkey season. Now, like I said, a lot of states down south, okay, are already hunting turkey. It's mid-March, so they're already ahead of us up here in the north. So we're still chomping at the bit to get out there in the woods and start chasing these thunder chickens. Today's a beautiful day. I'm inside doing this video for you really quick, but then I'm going to get outside. It's like 63 degrees here in Pennsylvania, and it's the nicest day we've had so far, and I've really got the itch to, be scouting some turkeys. But what I wanted to talk about today was, what do you use when you chase turkeys? Let's dive right into it. Okay, so what are you using when you're chasing turkeys? There's lots of things that you can be using out there. In the spring here in Pennsylvania, we can chase them with the bow or shotguns. In the fall, we can chase them with the rifle as well too, with usually a low caliber. But in the spring, it's shotguns and bows. In most states I go to, that's pretty much what your options are for the spring turkey season. So what are you using? Well, here's what we're using here, okay? The obvious choice, all right, is shoot them in the face, all right? Use your good old shotgun. Now, there's so many different gauges of shotguns out there today, and depending upon, what your preference is, who you are, how old you are you new to the sport, whatever the case may be, you can really choose from just about a lot of different varieties, brands of weapons, length of barrels, choke tubes, all kinds of things. So I'm going to go over what I use for me and what my son uses and some other options that are out there. So my primary turkey gun that I started using last year was I picked up, it's a used 12 gauge. This is a Winchester. It's a model 1300 12 gauge, and I can shoot 2 3/4 or 3-inch shells out of this. Now, some guys have the chambers that they can chamber that 3.5-inch shell out of it. This only goes with 3-inch, and I killed 2 turkeys with it last year, and it worked just fine. It's a pump, so I can carry up to 3 shells in the gun while I'm hunting. That's the max in Pennsylvania. It's camouflaged up, so I really like it. It's got the old this is the Realtree Advantage camo, and this is from a long time ago, which is really cool. The gentleman who had this gun prior to me took really, really good care of it, and I love old relics like this because there's a lot of history to them. This gentleman took good care of it. He only used it a few times for hunting, kept it really clean. It's like brand new, and it's not a real heavy gun. It's not a long barrel on it, but what I did was I bought a Carlson choke tube for this, for turkey season, and I also use this for waterfowl, so I have some Carlson choke tubes for waterfowl, whether it's long range or mid-range. But this has been the go-to gun for me last season, and I think it's going to be the go-to gun this season. Just threw a sling on here, okay, makes it easier carrying when you're going through the woods, especially with camera equipment, especially if I'm self-filming. So this has worked really well. The nice thing with a 12 gauge, you can reach out there a little bit further than maybe a lower caliber shotgun. But today, with the choke tubes that are out there, the loads that you can purchase, and if you pattern your gun the right way, just about any shotgun, you're going to be able to shoot a turkey at least out to 40 yards. That's pretty much where I'm comfortable. I don't like shooting them out past 40 yards. I want them to come in, especially for us, we're filming. So I want that bird to come in as close as it can, get us some great footage, make the hunt even more exciting than it already is, and give me the best opportunity to one-shot kill that. Now, I've already missed. I missed with this last year, but that's hunting. We're not going to always hit You know, we do everything we can. But I'm comfortable out to 40 yards, 45 yards with this shotgun. I pattern it. What I'm using is the Winchester Longbeard XR. It's the Elite. I'm shooting a 3-inch, a 1 7/8 ounce, 5-shot out of this gun, and this thing is lethal out to 40, 45 yards, and I absolutely love these. So I patterned a couple different ammunition, and this one shoots the best. I get the most BBs in my kill zone. I hold the tightest pattern out there, and so that's my go-to gun, is the Winchester Model 1300 12 gauge, and that's what I'm going to go with. Now I have a 20 gauge of my own. It's a Thompson Center 20 gauge single shot, and I've killed plenty of turkeys even out to 40 yards with that. It's a nice lightweight gun. If my wife hunts, that's usually her go-to gun. It's got a real light recoil, doesn't kick much. I still use a 3-inch 20 gauge shell out of that, and it's got the fiber optic sights on it, so that thing works really well, you know, for somebody who maybe can't sustain the punch that a 12 gauge might throw out at them. So 12 gauge, this is a great gun that you can pretty much, it's multi-purpose. I use this for small game when I put just a modified choke in there. So this is kind of like my all-around gun, and I really fell in love with this when I bought it last year. Now my son, he has, we'll switch out here, he shoots a 20 gauge, okay? This is a Mossberg Youth, okay? It is a, let's see here, this is the Mossberg 20 gauge, and this is chambered for 3-inch as well. And this thing is a great little gun. It's light. It's got a little bit of a kick to it, okay? We've got a little bit of extra padding on here for him, but it still works good. And what we've done here is we put a little fiber optic sight on the end of it for him to kind of make it a little bit easier for when he's aiming. And I also picked up a Carlson choke tube for this 20 gauge, and we're good out to 40 yards with this. We pattern this, and what we're shooting out of this one is also the Winchester, and we're going with the XX turkey shot for this Mossberg, and it's the 20 gauge 3-inch. It's got 1 1/4 ounce, 5-shot. So we pattern this, and these shoot really well. And like I said, Brett can reach out to 40 yards, and hopefully this year he's gonna knock one down with this gun. And we just put a new sling on here for him, nice cushiony neoprene sling. So this is going to make carrying it a lot easier, because he didn't have one the last 2 years that he's been hunting with this. So great little gun. We absolutely love it. It's got a little bit of a kick to it, like I said, but for the most part, it's a cool little gun. I like this also because the safety is right up here where his thumb is. So it makes it easier for him to do that. When the safety, like on my Winchester, it's got the old style safety, which is still down here by your trigger guard on the side. So it's that little round button. Kids sometimes have a little tendency to move too much. So what you want to do when you have kids is give them the least amount of the tools to have the least amount of movement. So when he's shouldering this gun right here, all he's got to do is slide that right up, and he's got hardly any movement. So that's what I like about this safety. It's really good. It works well for Brett, and hopefully he's going to knock one down this year with it. Other thing that I like, and that you can chase them with, and it creates a really big challenge, is hunting them with the old stick and string. Okay? Hi, Sadie. You coming out to check on good old Harold here? Yeah. So with the stick and string, you've got a lot more that you have to pay attention to. There's a lot of movement involved because you've got to draw a bow, you've got to get settled in, you got to pay attention to every little thing that you're doing, even more so with what that turkey's body language and how he's acting and when he's turning and if he's coming in and strut. So you got to really time your draw when you're hunting with the stick and string. I do a lot of run and gun hunting. I don't hunt out of ground blinds a lot like some folks do. So I'm sitting in the open when I'm doing this. The only time I'm really in a ground blind is if we've got a lot of rain coming in and we want to get out there and hunt. We're going to set up in a ground blind just to be out there to have a chance. So this is my PSE DNA. I've got a couple things on here that I really like. Obviously my sights are Copper John sights. I've shoot the Stanislavski thumb release aid. I have a ripcord rest on here. I like this release for a lot of reasons. One is I don't have a wrist strap 4-finger release around me, so if I'm using a striker and I'm calling, that's not going to be banging up against anything. So this is right here at the ready. What I'll do is I'll have a little kickstand on this, so when I'm sitting there calling, this can stand upright like this. It's in the ready position, so all I'll have to do is slip my hand through my wrist strap, pick that up. There's little movement when it comes to that, and I'm ready to go. Now, when you're hunting turkey with the bow, your broadhead's very, very important. And you can use a fixed blade, okay? I shoot both, and I'm gonna show you what I shoot here, okay? So, I have two different broadheads right here. They're both wac'em archery product broadheads. I absolutely love them. These things fly just like field tips no matter what I'm shooting, whether it's the fixed blades or the expandables. This is a 4-blade, 100 grain fixed blade. You can shoot this with for turkeys as well. It's effective. It's going to kill them. But I prefer hunting turkey with an expandable, for the simple reason is you're going to get a much larger cut. A turkey's vitals are very small. You don't have a lot of room for air. So you want to have something that's going to open up and it's going to create a large cavity, a large wound cavity, and it's going to hit as many of those vitals as it possibly can to knock that turkey down as quickly and ethically as you possibly can. So I have a 3-blade stainless steel wac'em archery product expandable that I'll use for turkey season. I may use this if I have to, okay, but I really like this. And if we take a look at good old Harold here, my decoy, all right, so when we're looking at a turkey, and this was named after Brett, okay, this is our Jake. We've actually got a real beard on here from a Jake that I shot a couple years ago and a real fan. I'm not a big fan of using turkey decoys. For whatever reason, we don't have luck with them when I hunt. They seem to spook the turkey more than they help up here in PA. Now, some people swear by them and they use them all the time. I'm not a big fan of them. You know, if there's a decoy out there that you recommend that I should try, put it in the comments below the video here and I will check it out, and I may pick one up and give it a try this spring and let you know how it does. So let me know about that. But so we're looking at Harold here, okay, and where are you going to shoot him with a bow? Well, obviously if he's straight on at you, you're going to be aiming right above that, right at that beard area there, okay? Hitting it right there, that's going to go right into the vitals. If Harold is at full strut and he's coming at me this way, if he's not behind a tree, I'm going to wait to draw that bow. A lot of times if they come on in, they may want to turn around. Well, when he starts doing this and he gets right like this, that's when I'm going to draw that bow. And if he stays that way, then my shot placement is going to be right at the base of that tail. Okay, that's going to go right up into his vitals. If he turns sideways on me, all right, remember when a turkey is at full strut, their vitals are still very small. He may look bigger and you may think you have a lot of room, but if you hit him here, you're going to completely miss him because it's going to go through all those back feathers there, and it's not going to really be effective. If you hit him down low here, you might bust the leg, but you're going to still be going after him. So what you're trying to do is aim right here in that crease area, right where the wing is, okay? That's going to do a couple different things. If you hit him right there, it's going to break his wing. He's not going to be able to fly. You're going to hit his vitals, and you may be lucky enough to hit the upper part of one of the legs and break a leg. So that turkey's going to go right down. Now, a lot of guys will like to shoot them right at the head and try to cut their head off, so to speak. Go for it. If you miss, you miss. If you hit him, he's not going anywhere. But I'm going for the body shot as much as I possibly can on Harold here, and that's what we're going to shoot for. So, hey guys, that's what I'm looking to use between my son, my wife, and I for spring turkey season. So tell us what you use, okay? What gauge are you using? 16, 12, yeah, 410. I grew up using a 410 with my grandfather, and we killed turkeys with it. 410s today have come a long way. They've got a lot of turkey loads out there for 410s, so you can really have a lot of fun with them. And with young kids in a mentored program, that's a great little gun to get them started with. So put it down in the comments. Let us know what you're using. If you're hunting with a stick and string, what bow, what broadhead are you using? And do you hunt out of the ground blind, or do you like to do the run and gun? So let us know about that. Question of the day. If you had the choice to choose between the shotgun or the stick and string to hunt turkey, what's your choice going to be? Let us know in the comments down below. And hey, we hope you enjoyed this video. We're chomping at the bit to get out there and chase these thunder chickens already this spring. We got warm weather out there today. I'm going to do my best to enjoy it and count the days until our spring season comes in here in Pennsylvania. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like what you see. We appreciate your support. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to give somebody a $100 Cabela's gift card. Check out all the gear that we use. We've got links in our description below. We've got some discount codes to share with you. And until next time, guys, I'm going to put this away, get out and enjoy the sun. We'll see you next time somewhere in the hunting woods.